What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Truth League Report as we make our Week 5 predictions and make our Week 5 picks. We're going to get ready to get started in just a moment. Um, so, everybody, make sure you share the show out. I'm doing the exact same thing right now, sharing this out to everybody so that everybody knows they can come on in and to join us. So, get this out to all of your fellow NFL fans and all your friends who are NFL fans, and have them join us for this show. And we are going to have a very good time as we get into making these picks and seeing who get some wins on Sunday. And so, again, make sure y'all share this show out. We're also going to have this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, and iHeartRadio as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. And we're definitely going to get ready to get started in less than 60 seconds.
Good evening, Titan Nation. How is everybody?
What's going on, football fans? Everybody, welcome in to the Truth League Report Week 5. I am your host, Blue Enforcer, aka The Truth, and we're going to be making our Week 5 predictions. We're going to make our picks, so definitely make sure, do share this show out. You can share it out to all of your fellow football fans, and so that way they can come on in and be a part of the conversation, be a part of the show. and we're definitely going to have a very good time. So again, make sure you share this show out, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can do it off of YouTube as well. So definitely make sure that y'all do share this show out, and we're definitely going to have a really good time having this conversation. And we're going to definitely be making picks of who I think are going to win each game, and we're going to definitely go right into it. So we're not going to really waste much time. Definitely give me your thoughts on what you think will happen in these games, whether your favorite team will win or not, and it definitely share that out to everybody, and let everybody know what you're thinking. And so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this party started and get into some of the uh, some of the games that we got going on, and we're gonna go right ahead and get started with the very first one. I see we got one of my frat brothers in here. I know Tennessee State University is having their homecoming right now. Man, I wish I was there. I would have been in the house and would have definitely enjoyed being amongst the people. But you know, couldn't make it, couldn't get the time off, so I'm not able to be there, unfortunately. But I hope everybody's having a good time out there in Nashville for TSU homecoming. I know it's a party. It is definitely that. But definitely make sure y'all smash that like button as you come on in. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So that way you can be that way you'll know when some things are going to be happening, and then that way um you will be up to date you'll be up to date when a new show comes out, when a new episode comes out. And y'all forgive me, I'm sharing the show as we speak. So definitely make sure that y'all are up to date on everything. So subscribe to the channel. And again, we're going to be on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts as well. And if you want some Titans and Truth swag, I do have shirts. Uh, I will be getting shirts with Miss Latoya Akinyemi. She helps make shirts for me. Um, and you can definitely hit her up at Queen Butterfly Tees on Instagram, or on her email at queenbutterflytees at gmail.com. Also, if you want a hat just like the one I'm wearing right now, you can click with Out the Crib Customs. My guy at out underscore the underscore crib underscore customs on Instagram, and he could definitely hook you up, or you could just email me at canewell817 at gmail.com. And so you could definitely hit me up with those. But let's just go right on into the first picks. And also, I want to say thank you to everybody. I just hit 1,200 subscribers. So let's see if we can roll to 1,300 and get closer to 2,000. So that's really what I'm aiming for. So if we do that, then I would definitely make sure I continue bringing a lot more content to you, and definitely make sure that we keep this thing rolling. We keep this thing rolling and keep this thing going. But we're going to definitely get into the first game that's going to be happening in London, and that is the Green Bay Packers and the New York Football Giants. The Green Bay Packers are favored by 8 points in this game. I know that you got the Giants coming in at 3-1. You got the Giants coming in at 3-1 on the year. This is gonna be this is definitely gonna be a interesting matchup, and you know, seeing the if an upset can actually be pulled. That's going to be the main question when it comes to that. So I mean, that's going to be very telling. Both of these teams at 3-1 coming in. You got Daniel Jones. Looks like he's going to start in this game. You got Saquon Barkley, who is very good in the running game, and You still got Sterling Shepard, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Azeez Ojulari are now kind of back for the Giants. But in this game, you got on the other side, you got Aaron Rodgers. You still got one of the best quarterbacks in the league, a guy that's gonna be going to the Hall of Fame, even without Devontae Adams, can still be dangerous as they got that victory over the New England Patriots. They had to fight for that one, but in this game, I think with it being an 8-point spread, Green Bay favored by 8. I think I'm gonna go. I think the Giants could cover in this situation, but I do think the Packers are going to win this game. So I'm going with the Packers to take care of business, at least getting the win. But I think that the Giants do have a very good chance of covering. What's up, Diego? Glad to see you up in here. So I'm going with the Packers to win, Giants to cover. The next game on is is a big division rival game in the AFC North. You got the Minnesota Vikings minus 7.5, favored by 7.5 over the Chicago Bears, and it's going to be in Minnesota at USA Bank Stadium. And you got Minnesota coming off of a big victory in London. Now, could they had some jet lag coming back from London and now having to play, against Chicago, but they are at home, so that is a pretty good. That's a pretty good thing for them. And then, of course, Chicago is, Chicago is coming off of a win, coming off of a loss, excuse me, to the New York Giants. They're at 2-2, and so Minnesota, Chicago 7.5. I think I'm gonna go with Minnesota here. I don't think Minnesota. I think the Bears still have a shot at covering in this situation, but I do think Minnesota is going to get the win in this situation. I just think Minnesota is the better football team than I just think they're the better football team than the um, than the Chicago Bears. Excuse me. So I just think they're the better team. I just think they can do a lot better than any other team. So do a lot better than the Bears do, and they'll get the win. Kirk Cousins has played well. Justin Jefferson, of course, is doing his usual thing. They got a good running back with Dalvin Cook, and also Alexander Madison as well, backing him up. So I mean, I like Minnesota in this situation. I think Minnesota will definitely get the win here, and I'm trying to debate if the Bears are going to cover in this situation, but I don't think they cover in this situation. I'm not sure, but I do think Minnesota can get the win. Chicago does have Roquan Smith, although he wants out, he wants to be traded, and everything like that. Can Justin Fields really do some things in this football game to give themselves a chance? But I think losing to the Giants kind of hurt them a little bit. So I think I'm going to go with Minnesota, and I think Minnesota uh, can cover in this situation. Next up, you got the New England Patriots at home, favored by 3.5 against the Detroit Lions. And I'm actually a little torn on this one. Bailey Zappi will be starting at quarterback in this game. Um, he is he's going to be starting in this game instead of Mac Jones. And, Bailey Zappi didn't do too bad in his first start, even though he didn't throw for a lot of yards. I think there's some potential there, but I think there are also going to be some growing pains as well with Bailey Zappi in this offense. I mean, the Patriot defense definitely kept them in the game, and I think there is a chance that New England could definitely win this game. The Detroit Lions, though, they are a very high scoring offense. I do expect them to put up points in this game, and we know Detroit is a backdoor cover team. They are a team that they definitely know how to cover, if nothing else. They are very, very good at that. And so I'm starting to lean towards I'm starting to lean towards Detroit, not just covering this game. I think Detroit can win this game. So I think I'm gonna go with Detroit plus 3.5. I think Detroit, they definitely can score. They showed that against Seattle. Now the only problem is I don't know if their defense is going to be able to stop anybody. That's going to be the main thing. Can they stop anybody? And, you know, that's going to be something that's going to be the test right there. But I think I'm going to go with Detroit to not just cover, but I think they could win this game. So I'm going with Detroit. The next game on the docket is we have Seattle and New Orleans. And this is a game that is going to be happening down in the Big Easy. Is going to be happening at 12 o'clock tomorrow. Seahawks coming off of that shootout win over Detroit. Geno Smith has been playing extremely well. And this Seattle team, they are not, they're looking like they're not going to be as bad as you think at 2-2, even though New Orleans is struggling at 1-3, but they are favored by 4.5 in this situation. So I'm trying to see which way could they possibly go here in this game. This is a tough one to pick. I mean, New Orleans at home usually is a pretty good thing, but Seattle could definitely come down there, could definitely score, and I mean, that's going to be a very interesting matchup with DK Metcalf versus Marshawn Lattimore in this game. And this is a tough one for me to choose. I mean, I could actually go with New Orleans because they're at home, and you would think that'd be the main reason that I would go with New Orleans in the situation. But Seattle is an underdog you might be able to pull for in this situation because I mean nobody expects them to win the game anyway. But Geno Smith, if you underestimate him, he could sneak up on you. He threw for over 300 yards in the victory over Detroit. So and Rashad Penny, is a speedy back, definitely could get outside of DK Metcalf, and you got Tyler Lockett as well. But New Orleans, on the other hand, of course, lost by upright in London, so I know New Orleans could definitely get the job done. I'm going to believe in the home crowd. I think I'm going to give the home team the look here, even though I'm not really confident in this pick. I think I'm going to go with New Orleans. I think I'm going to go with New Orleans to win, but I do think Seattle could sneaky cover in this situation. So I'm going to go with New Orleans to win the game. And then we have one of the bigger matchups that's happening. Let's see. I know. Let's make since podcast says I'm going with Seattle. Diego says I can see this one 3-point win to New Orleans. So I think that could be very very interesting right there. This next game, Buffalo at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and this will be Kenny Pickett's first career start, and he's going up against a vaunted defense in the Buffalo Bills. Now the Bills are going to be, of course, Jordan Poyer is out. I think he's out for the remainder of the season with his injury, and so that is going to be that's going to be definitely tough to replace. But this Bills team is still extremely good, especially with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs on the other side. And they still have that vaunted defense. Now, they're going to be without Jamison Crowder. They're going to be without, of course, Jordan Poyer. And right now, Tremaine Edmonds looks like he might not play in this game either. So this could be a small opening for the Pittsburgh Steelers to maybe, make this a game, but I still think that the Bills offense is better than Pittsburgh. And so I think I'm still, excuse me, but Buffalo being 3-1, Pittsburgh 1-3, going with a new quarterback, I really do think Pittsburgh wins this game, and I think Pittsburgh wins the game, and I'm gonna actually say I think Pittsburgh covers in this situation. I think Pittsburgh could cover. They're at home. Bills Mafia is gonna be going crazy and things like that. So I really do think Buffalo will win this game, and I think they're going to cover. I think they're definitely going to cover in this situation. So I'm going with the Buffalo Bills. Let's see. Just making sure y'all can hear me pretty good on here. So let me know if y'all can hear me better now and everything. So I think we're doing pretty good. But again, make sure y'all share this show out to everybody. I'm doing that as well. So I think definitely I think Buffalo wins the game, and I think they're going to cover. I think Kenny Pickett struggles in his first start. This could be a closer game, but I think Buffalo, they're the best team in the league, and they're easily going to win. But 14 points, is a lot. That is a very large spread right there. And I could see Pittsburgh easily covering, but Pittsburgh, of course, being without T.J. Watt for a while, and again, Kenny Pickett making his first career start against this defense that is extremely good, and they're at home. I just think Buffalo is going to cover. I think they're gonna. I think they're definitely going to cover. They can win by 17. Now we're gonna go down. We're gonna go to New York, where the New York Jets are going to be hosting the favorite Miami Dolphins. Miami are -3.5 favorite. Of course, Tua is going to be out of this game, dealing with the concussion and the neck injuries that he's been dealing with. And this means Teddy Bridgewater is going to be starting. Now, this could definitely be a game that you could see the New York Jets sneak up and maybe try to take this one and slip past Buffalo. Zach Wilson is back in, and the Jets, of course, got a win over Pittsburgh recently. Got a win over Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, and Garrett Wilson is really, really good. You got Sauce Gardner on the other side, and so I think this game, the Jets could have a chance here. I think the Jets definitely have a chance in this game, and they could notch the upset over the Miami Dolphins. And but I like the speed on the outside with Tyreek Hill, and also with Jalen Waddle, with the Cheetah and the Penguin. I definitely like both of those guys, and I think their defense is still pretty good against the Jets. So I think I'm going to take Miami here. I think I'm going to take Miami plus 3.5. I think -3.5. Excuse me. So I'm going to go with Miami in this situation, even though I can see the Jets stealing this game. I really, really could. Up next, we go down to Duval County, Houston and Jacksonville, and I think this is going to be an easy pick for me as well. I'm going with Jacksonville. And I think Jacksonville. Now Houston, they know Jacksonville, and Houston has kept some games closer than people expect. So even though Houston is not very good, and Jacksonville looks like they are in very good position, Trevor Lawrence has had some interception issue. I mean, it's had some fumble issues, especially in the game against the Philadelphia Eagles, where he struggled. And I like Travis Etienne. I like James Robinson. I do think the Giants are going to win this game, and I'm going to say I think Jacksonville is going to cover. I think Jacksonville will cover in this game. And I think Houston, they may keep it close, and I think Jacksonville maybe goes away a little bit late. And I think they let one slip away against Philadelphia, and I think they want to redeem themselves at home. And before we keep going forward, again, everybody, make sure y'all do share this show out. Definitely make sure you share the show out. You have Facebook, the TNT Enforcers page. Also, TNT Titans and Truth is the main page. Also, uh, TNT Blue Enforcer on Twitter and also on Instagram at Titans underscore N underscore Truth. Make sure you hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button as well, so that way you know when our new shows are going to be coming out. So definitely stay tuned for that. But we're going to move on to our next game, and that is Carolina hosting the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers favored by 6.5 over Carolina, and Carolina is just bad. Carolina is bad. They are not a good football team right now. And, I think San Francisco has found their stride with Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback. And they're at 2-2. Carolina's at 1-3. I'm going with San Francisco all day, every day. And I think they're going to cover. I'm going with San Francisco here. That's an easy pick. 49ers win this game. No need to really go further on that. Tampa Bay and Atlanta down in the Bay. And I think Tampa Bay is upset that they lost to Kansas City. I think Tom Brady, after a loss, he's going to be more focused than ever. And I know there's things going on with him, with his marriage, and things going on with him and Giselle. They're struggling at 2-2 a little bit, but I think this could be a good game for them to get back on track. Atlanta's going to be without Kyle Pitts in this game, so. But I do think Atlanta has a chance to cover. I think Atlanta does cover in this game, but Tampa Bay is going to win. Tampa Bay is definitely going to win. Pig Wickle, what's up, Crush the Commanders? We'll talk a little bit about the Commanders and the Titans toward the end of the show. Definitely make sure y'all get ready for the live stream watch party tomorrow. As we'll be definitely doing that game live from El Toro Loco in here in Memphis. So with the Titans fan club of Memphis, so definitely get ready for that. But I think in this game, Tampa Bay is going to win. I think Atlanta does have a chance to cover in this situation, but I think Tampa Bay, they're going to come out and want to make a statement, just kind of trying to exercise what happened against Kansas City. Next up, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Arizona Cardinals, a late game out in the desert. And the Cardinals are very inconsistent. Philadelphia, the only undefeated team in the NFL right now, and I think that's not going to change. This is an easy pick for me. AJ Brown looking like one of the best receivers in the league. Of course, I hate the fact the Titans didn't keep him. Jalen Hurts is coming into his own with these guys, with AJ, with Dallas Goedert, with DeVonta Smith. And this defense can't get after you. They can cause turnovers, and I think they might cause a lot of problems for Kyler Murray. So I'm going with the Eagles, not only to win, but to cover. And I think that's going to be a very easy pick for me as well. Next up in Cleveland, we have the Cleveland Browns hosting the LA Chargers, the very injury-riddled LA Chargers, who are definitely going to be without Joey Bosa in this game. And I'm just trying to see what the injuries are going on, but I know there are a lot of injuries going on with Cleveland. Myles Garrett, is still out there. He's still got that good defense for Cleveland. LA is favored by 1.5. And, Cleveland definitely a good football team at running the ball. I mean, the Chargers are definitely struggling right now, especially after they got shellacked by the Jacksonville Jaguars at home a few weeks back. Now, they did beat the Houston Texans in Houston to get to 2-2. I think I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns on this one. I think the Browns can win at home. I think there are a lot of injuries to there's a lot of injuries to this Chargers team that can cause them some problems. So I really do think that this could be a game. Keenan Allen is out. Nick Bosa is out. I mean, they are riddled with injuries. They are riddled with injuries all over the place, and it's going to be very, difficult for them to be able to replace that. And you know, and I'm looking at the injury report for the Chargers right now, and I mean, again, Keenan Allen out. Joey Bosa out. Josh Palmer is a questionable pick, so we don't know if he's going to play. They have a lot of injuries that they're dealing with, and I could definitely see Cleveland winning this game. So even though I like LA offensively and Justin Herbert, I think it's the better quarterback in this situation. But Cleveland has the better defense. Cleveland is pretty good defensively, and they have the running game with Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb in the dog pound. I think I'm going to go with Cleveland to cover and also win. So I like the Cleveland Browns in this situation. And so we have a couple more games left to go. The Sunday night game in Baltimore, the Ravens and the Bengals. And this is going to be a tough game to choose because you got the Bengals coming off of a victory over the Miami Dolphins. We know Joe Burrow can toss it around. T. Higgins had a nice game. Jamar Chase kind of came up late in the game, doing some good things as well. And I think Cincinnati does have the better defense. And Baltimore's been struggling defensively too. I could see this becoming sort of a 25, 30 point shootout. I could see that happening late. Baltimore is at home. So I know this could be a game where I think Baltimore could definitely cover. Baltimore could definitely win this game, but I think Cincinnati's going to keep up. And I think I'm just going to, I think I'm going to go off kilter here, and I think I'm going to go with Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's going to win this game. I think Cincinnati is the better team overall. And, Joe Burrow, when the lights are bright and when the lights are on, that's when Joe Burrow tends to be at his best. That's when he tends to show out, is when those lights are on. So I really do think the Bengals are going to win this game over the Baltimore Ravens. And last but not least, Monday Night Football. You got the Las Vegas Raiders going to Kansas City to face the Kansas City Chiefs Monday Night Football. Chiefs at 3-1. The Raiders got a desperate win over the Denver Broncos to go to 1-3 and get on the board with a victory. But again, I just think Patrick Mahomes, they are strong. They are, they're still deadly. They can still put up points even without Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce. This could be, definitely a shootout, but I still think at the end of the day, I think Kansas City is going to win, and I think Kansas City is going to cover in this situation. So give me Kansas City -7. So those are all the picks for this week. And then, of course, want y'all to come on in tomorrow, pregame at about 11:45. I should be set up and ready to go by then. And I'll be ready to go as the Titans take on the Washington Commanders in Washington, D.C. At noon. I'll be live at El Toro Loco here in Memphis with the Titans fan club of Memphis. Definitely helping to celebrate Breast Cancer Awareness Month and everything. So definitely tune into that. Spread the word. That's going to be coming out. I will be sharing that out tonight as well, so everybody know to come on in for that as well. So definitely be ready for that as the Titans and the Commanders get ready to play. I believe the Titans are a 1.5 point favorite, if I'm not mistaken. I am looking at BetMGM right now. Actually, the Titans are only favored by one, so it's more of a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em game in this situation. So I may actually put, in this situation, if it's -1, I think I'm going to put some money on the Titans. I think I'm going to put some money on them to win. And I think they're going to win, and I think they're going to get some things together and take care of business. So those are my picks right now. And definitely, give me a comment. If you disagree with the picks, let me know if my audio was good. I'm trying out a new microphone, a new headset. Let me know what y'all think. I think this helps me be a little bit more mobile and things like that. I can actually move around and you're still hearing me and things like that. So, again, if you haven't already, hit the like button. And if you haven't already, also subscribe to the channel as well. This will be out on Spotify and all the podcast channels in just a bit. So definitely stay tuned for that. But everybody, again, I want to say thank you for helping me hit 1,200. Thank y'all so much for that. And then we're gonna definitely try to make our way to 1,300 and beyond. So that's definitely the mission. But I thank everybody for tuning in to the picks, and definitely get with me on Monday as we will have we will recap week 5. We'll definitely recap all the games. Recap all the games, and I will give you my top 5 games from this week, and also my top 5 ballers from this week as well. So stay tuned for that. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Truth League Report. I'm your man, Blue Enforcer, aka The Truth. Y'all have yourselves a very good rest of your Saturday, and definitely enjoy football on Sunday. I know Alabama's going to play Texas A&M in a few minutes, in about 30 minutes. I know Clemson's going to play Boston College in just a little bit on ABC, and then of course I'm going to be taking a look a little bit at USC as well because I definitely am a fan of USC a little bit as well. So everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a very good rest of your day. And